And Young Buzz, welcome back to the channel, where we talk about everything happening in the K-pop world. Raw, real, and with a little bit of buzz. Today's topic is probably one of the most unexpected turnarounds in K-pop this year. Yes, we're talking about NewJeans and their sudden move to return to ADORÉ after months of legal drama, emotional tension, and complete confusion in the fandom. But the question is, are all 5 members really coming back for good? Or is this just another chapter in their messy story? Let's dive right in. So here's what's making waves today. It's been confirmed that Minji, Hanni, and Danielle, 3 of the NewJeans members, have officially expressed their intention to return to ADORÉ. They released a joint statement saying, "After careful discussion, we have decided to return to ADORÉ." They even joked in a way that one member is currently in Antarctica, so the delivery was delayed. Now that's a line that instantly caught everyone's attention. Antarctica? Seriously? Anyway, this statement came right after Haerin and Hyein also announced that they're going back to ADORÉ. That means, at least on paper, all 5 members of NewJeans are heading back to their original label. And that's kind of huge, considering the chaos that's been surrounding this group for months. But here's the twist, and this is why the fandom is still holding their breath. ADORÉ hasn't officially confirmed anything yet. According to Dispatch, the label is still confirming the sincerity of Minji, Hanni, and Danielle's decision. Which, honestly, sounds a bit awkward. Like, how do you confirm sincerity? Either they want to come back or they don't, right? But it seems ADORÉ is being extra careful this time, maybe because of how messy the situation got before. Now, for a bit of context, because I know not everyone's been keeping up with this legal roller coaster. A few weeks ago, NewJeans lost their lawsuit against ADORÉ. The court ruled that their exclusive contract with ADORÉ is still valid, meaning ADORÉ is legally their management company. Basically, the court said, you signed the deal, you stick with it. After that ruling, the members seemed really unhappy. They even said publicly that they would appeal the decision because they couldn't go back to ADORÉ. But here's the thing. Apparently, that appeal was never officially filed. And that's where things started to get interesting. Because if they never appealed, it left the door open for exactly what's happening now, the possibility of returning. So now, Haerin and Hyein have already gone back, and the other 3, Minji, Hanni, and Danielle, say they want to follow. On the surface, that sounds like a happy ending, right? The group reunites, everyone's back home, and NewJeans continues making music together. But if you've been in K-pop long enough, you know it's rarely that simple. Let's be real here. There's still a ton of unspoken tension between the members, the management, and even the fans. The public statements sound polite and professional, but you can feel the awkward energy underneath. Especially that part where the members said they had no choice but to announce separately because ADORÉ hasn't responded. That's kind of a red flag, don't you think? Like, if everything was smooth behind the scenes, why are they announcing it themselves before ADORÉ confirms it? That's not the usual way K-pop agencies handle things. Normally, they coordinate and release joint statements. So, the fact that the girls went public on their own might mean there's still some unresolved communication or trust issues happening here. And I can't lie, that worries me a little. Because NewJeans was once seen as this perfectly synchronized next-generation girl group that could do no wrong. They had that fresh Y2K concept, those dreamy vocals, that effortless cool energy that made them stand out from everyone else. But now, after all the legal drama and emotional back and forth, that perfect image feels a little fractured. So here's the big question I want to throw to you guys. Do you think NewJeans can fully recover from this? Like, emotionally, creatively, and professionally? Can they still work together and trust each other the way they used to? Or will this tension always hang over them like a shadow? Because personally, I'm torn. On one hand, I'm genuinely happy that the girls might be reuniting. Seeing all 5 members back in the same agency gives fans hope that NewJeans' legacy won't be cut short. I mean, they're still so young, and they've already made such an impact on the industry. It would have been heartbreaking if things ended this way. But on the other hand, I keep thinking about how all this might affect their chemistry and the music they create next. Can you imagine how awkward it must be walking back into a company you literally just sued? Or working with management you previously said you couldn't trust? That's a lot of emotional baggage to carry into the studio. And then there's the public perception. Some fans are celebrating, saying this is the right move, that respecting the court's decision shows maturity and professionalism. But others are side-eyeing the whole thing, wondering if this is just about damage control or pressure from the industry. The fandom is definitely divided right now. One thing that really caught my attention, though, was the statement from Timberwines. They said they'll return to their original role as a music distribution team and that they respect the members' decisions in any situation. That's actually a pretty strong sign that the people around NewJeans are trying to stabilize things again. Almost like everyone's stepping back into place to rebuild what was broken. If ADORÉ does accept the girls back, and honestly, I think they will eventually, then this could be a major turning point. Not just for NewJeans, but for how K-pop handles internal conflicts and lawsuits in general. This case has already set a kind of precedent, showing that even if idols take legal action, there's still a chance for reconciliation. But still, I can't help but think about the human side of all this. These are 5 young women who've been under intense public scrutiny for months. Every decision they make gets dissected online. Every statement becomes a headline. That kind of pressure has to take a toll, no matter how professional they try to be. And I'm also curious about the group dynamics now. Will they be able to perform together without that lingering awkwardness? Will their next comeback feel genuine? Or will fans still sense the tension behind the smiles? I think the next few months will be critical. ADORÉ has to handle this with a lot of care if they want to rebuild trust, not just with the members, but with the fans too. Transparency, open communication, and emotional support are going to be key. Because if they rush into a comeback without addressing what went wrong, it could easily backfire. But let's be optimistic for a second. Imagine this comeback actually happening. All 5 members standing on stage again, singing a song that reflects their journey, their struggles, and their decision to reunite. That could be one of the most powerful moments in K-pop history. A true redemption arc. And let's be honest, fans love a good comeback story. Now, I want to ask you guys directly, do you think this reunion is real, or do you think it's more of a temporary truce? Do you believe the girls truly want to be back at ADORÉ, or are they just following what the court decided? Also, if they do make a comeback soon, what kind of concept would you want to see from them? Something emotional and mature that reflects everything they've been through? Or should they go back to that fresh, innocent NewJeans energy that first made them famous? Personally, I'd love to see something that mixes both. Like keep that dreamy aesthetic, but add a deeper emotional layer. Something that shows they've grown and learned from all this. Because honestly, this experience could shape their artistry in a really profound way. I also think this could be a good reminder for the industry to treat idols not just as products, but as people. Conflicts happen, mistakes happen, but at the end of the day, everyone involved in this situation, ADORÉ, NewJeans, and even the fans, wants the same thing, to see the group thrive again. So yeah, maybe this messy situation isn't the end after all. Maybe it's the beginning of a new chapter for NewJeans, one where they can take control of their narrative, rebuild their bond, and come back stronger than ever. Anyway, that's the latest buzz for today. I'm honestly really curious about how this will unfold. Will ADORÉ officially accept them back? Will we get an official group photo or a statement soon? Or will things drag on with more "we're confirming sincerity" kind of comments? You guys know I'll be keeping a close eye on this one. But for now, I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think NewJeans' return to ADORÉ is a good move, or are you still skeptical? And if you were in their position, what would you have done? As always, thank you for watching on Young Buzz. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our next deep dive into the K-pop world. I'll see you in the next one, and until then, keep buzzing, K-pop lovers.